M-CHS dramas, Journey Through the Impossible. My name is Luis Humanoide, and I'm the stage manager for the show, along with my assistant stage managers, Kenny Frizzell and Hannah Martinez. We're pleased to have you for this evening. This production was written by the legendary science fiction writer Jules Verne and was performed in Paris in 1882 with a run of 97 performances. The script was not published and thought to be lost until 1978 when a handwritten manuscript was discovered in a French archive. The play was first translated into English in 2003 by Edward Baxter, and this is the first time that we know it's been performed in English. We're excited to bring this play to the high school stage with the help and support from the members of the North American Jules Verne Society. Here are some reminders before we depart on our adventure. Now is the time to silence your phones so the troglodytes out here will come looking for them, and please refrain from flash photography as it could negatively affect our journey for this evening. We'll have a 15-minute intermission where you can stretch, use the restroom, and stop at our concessions. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy as we journey through the impossible.
My dear Miss Tartlett, we feel your affection for us, and that's enough for us.
It's enough for you, ma'am. It's enough for you. But it's not enough for me. Every day I arrive on time for my lesson, but I never teach my lesson. And what if I don't pay me? What if I don't want to take any lesson? In that case, miss, I ought not to feel like accepting a fee for it. For 6 months now I've been living in this castle. At the rate of 1 lesson a day, that makes 180 lessons that I haven't taught. At the rate of 2 crowns a lesson, that makes 360 crowns, which I now have the honor, ma'am, of returning to you.
Put that away, scoundrel.
Miss Tartlet, I thought you considered yourself our friend.
I, your friend? That would be a great honor, ma'am, but I wouldn't want to be paid 2 crowns a day for being your friend.
It's an advance on what we'll pay you later.
Later? I don't understand.
Well, for your future pupils.
My future pupils? I still don't understand.
Well, it's very simple. You know that George and Eva are engaged, and will soon be married, very soon perhaps, and then, don't you see, a whole class of pretty little pupils.
Oh, yes, I see. Oh, to take children in infancy, to teach them to position their pretty little feet as soon as they come into the world, to teach them to be charming as children, and even more charming as adolescents. Oh, what a joy that would be. What a dream. What happiness.
And that dream will come true, Miss Target, so you can't leave us. And besides, what would you do? Go back to Paris and try to find work?
Oh, no, miss. No one's out there anymore. All they do is jump around.
They jump around.
Yes, miss, they do. They jump around at the stock exchange, at the salons, and at the markets, everywhere. Even talented choreographers, famous dancers themselves go there to get the prefects and ministers jumping around.
Well, what's this book telling us?
That means there's no more dancing in Paris.
In Paris, miss, the only dance they know is the money dance.
Here comes George. Oh, my poor darling.
He's more depressed than ever.
Here's where they went, those incredible heroes, into the bowels of the earth, to the depths of the sea, through outer space. Lidenbrock, Nemo, Ardan, where no one had ever set foot before. And that other one, Captain Hatteras, conqueror of the North Pole. Some mysterious attraction draws me even more closely to him. I feel strong enough to equal them, maybe even surpass them, but I've done nothing yet. Nothing.
Your hands are burning, George.
Eva, it's you. And you, grandmother.
Are you in pain, George?
Yes, I feel as if I'm being consumed by a constant fever, which no human medicine can cure.
Not even friendship.
Not even love?
Eva, Eva, dear, you know I love you, and that my heart is yours. And yours too, grandmother. But my imagination is stronger than my heart. Every hour of the day and night, it carries me away from this castle, far away from this country, beyond the ends of the earth, and almost into unknown worlds. And I hear a voice calling me, forward, farther, still farther.
Calm yourself, George. I beg of you. You really love me.
I do love you, Eva. Our 2 lives will be one someday, after my dreams have been realized. But until then, I'm not completely yours. I feel it. First, I must go where my destiny calls me.
And one would need exceptional legs to follow him.
You're planning to leave us then.
I'll come back to you, Eva.
What if you don't find me here when you return?
Not find you here? What do you mean?
I don't know. I just feel as if some danger is threatening me.
Danger? What danger?
What is it, girl? Speak up.
For some time now, whenever I try to leave the castle with old nails, I've been followed by a man whose presence really terrifies me.
Who is this man?
I don't know, but he frightens me. He seems to know in advance where I'm going to go and what I'm going to do.
say he follows you everywhere?
Everywhere. And the even stranger part, he only stops when I go into the church. There, at the threshold of the holy place, he gets an even stranger look on his face. His lips twist with bitter irony, and an angry fire burns in his eyes.
And when you are in the church?
My soul becomes calm again, especially when Lady Volsius plays the organ.
Lady Volsius?
Yes, the new organist. I believe she's attached to the cathedral in Alborn. She's a musical genius. I would almost say a superhuman artist. When she plays the accompaniment for the Psalms of Penance, darkness of hell opens up before your eyes. When she sings with the glory of the Almighty, you're carried off to paradise itself. The walls recede, as if by some marvelous spell. The church vanishes, your genius calls forth a heavenly vision, surrounded by sublime harmonies.
Yes, Eva, yes. I felt the same ecstasy as you have while listening to her.
It's more than ecstasy, Grandma. You can see what the great artist is trying to express. You can see it. You can really see it.
Yes, I've seen it too. I've seen this miracle. I can assure you that Lady Volsius is no peerless organist. She produces the most miraculous sounds with my poor violin. She can make houses dance.
Murder, Dr. is you.
A doctor?
Yes, my dearest. I've sent for a doctor to come and see me. He should give me some good advice. And you too, George, and Eva, and Charlotte.
But I'm not sick.
People are always sick, more or less. I've observed the doctors have the greatest success
With healthy people.
Bring in Dr. Ox.
Is this the Dr. Ox who carried out those extraordinary experiments that doubled people's vital capacity under the influence of oxygen?
Precisely.
I'm curious to see him.
Mr. George doesn't need any more oxygen, though. He needs a little less of it.
Dr. Hawk.
Charlotte in those down. What's this I see? It's him! The man who keeps following me!
You sent for me, madam. Here I am.
Doctor, yes. I heard you were in Hogwarts where your reputation has preceded you, and I wish to have your opinion on.
About this young lady, perhaps.
No, not about me.
Eva is an excellent hope.
Are you quite sure? See how pale and nervous she is.
Oh,
This sudden tantrum isn't mine. It's like fear or terror. But we'll call that.
you're mistaken. Not frightened or terrified. My intuition tells me this man has brought misfortune to this house.
Doctor, I'm happy to meet you. I've followed your wonderful experiments from a distance, but with great interest.
Indeed.
Increasing the oxygen content of the air, transforming the body and the soul, doubling, even tripling the vital capacity. That is magnificent.
It is also very simple, sir. The human body is a burning stove. I think we found a way of putting in a little more coal. That's the straight point, sir.
Me?
Doctor, what gave you that idea?
There's no point in beating about the bush, madam. This young man's health is a great matter of concern to you.
Yes, of course.
And to you also, Miss.
George is my fiancé, sir.
Your fiancé. Now, this young man's mind harbors dreams of human safety, and you want me to cure him of the grandiose ideas simmering up in his brain.
So that's it. They brought you here to see me.
You and no one else.
Who told you that, sir?
In this country, madam, everyone knows your name, and this young man's health is known to everyone but himself.
What is he talking about?
Do you think by compressing a gas you can prevent it from exploding? Of course not. On the contrary. Give him free range of ambition, and don't stifle his noble rapture. Let him say how far he wants to go, and we'll try to pave the path.
What I want, Doctor, is to surpass what has been done by the heroes whose names are written in these books, to go beyond the frontiers that they could not cross. Professor Lidenbrock penetrated into the bowels of the earth. I want to go all the way to its central fire. Captain Nemo in his Nautilus sought independence in the depths of the sea. I want to live in that element and travel through it from pole to pole. The daring Michel Ardan enclosed himself in a capsule and went into orbit several thousand leagues above the Earth. I want to fly from one planet to another. That's what I want, Doctor. Is it impossible?
No.
How dare you say that, sir?
No, 1,000 times no. It is know what you aspire to know, and you will see what you aspire to see. If the courage does not fail.
It will never fail. Go on, but isn't this all an empty dream?
I will lead you into reality itself.
Into reality?
See this vial. Anyone who drinks a few drops of this potion will be carried away at the speed of a thunderbolt, under conditions of a new life, to regions where man is forbidden to go. Men will fly as fast as lightning. Days will go by in a few seconds, years, minutes.
And will I reach the Earth's central fire?
Yes.
And the bottom of the ocean?
Yes.
And go as far into outer space as I want?
Yes.
Ah, that would truly be an impossibility.
An impossibility that you will soon accomplish. Because I will make a body capable of going to places when men burn, to places where they drown. You'll be able to breathe when there's no one here to breathe. You'll be carried away as if by a whirlwind and return the hero of the impossible. The hero who solved the most unfathomable mysteries of nature.
Do something like that. It's not only crazy, George. It's criminal. It's sacrilegious.
My daughter is right, sir. In heaven's name, speak no more.
Let him speak, grandmother. Let him speak. Doctor, I believe in you. I'm ready to follow you.
You'd be deserting us, George. Deserting the woman who took you in and treated you as her own child. Deserting me too, George.
Go ahead, beg, weep, soften his heart, weaken his soul, cast him back into his childhood. This son of Hatteras just went as much to make a man out of him.
Good God.
Son of Hatteras, did you say? I'm the son of Hatteras, the son of the daring navigator who made his way to the North Pole?
Yes, the illustrious man was your father.
My father, the man whose wonderful tales I read so avidly, the man I always wanted to imitate.
And you can surpass him if you want to, George.
Ah, nothing will ever stop me now.
Alas, oh lost.
This man is the evil genius of our family.
And now he's mine.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Is this the home of Madame Travancore?
Yes, and you are.
Madam, I was leaving the cathedral and I happened to find this prayer book. Thinking it belonged to someone at the castle, I took the liberty. Perhaps it is yours, madam.
No.
Is it yours then, sir? Ah, yes, it must be yours.
Mine?
Take it, sir. Do take it.
This book is not mine.
Oh, don't worry. It won't burn your fingers.
It's mine. Prayer book. I left it behind in the cathedral this morning. Thank you for bringing it back to me.
But who are you, madam?
I, sir? I am the organist of the cathedral.
Lady Volsius.
Lady Volsius.
Volsius, the great musician?
Volsius, the humble organist, sir.
What does she do here?
Man, we've heard you many times in the cathedral and have been thrilled by your sublime harmonies.
I am only a poor musician, miss.
The door to Bantamant Castle will always be open to you.
Lucy.
My granddaughter, Eva.
How do you do?
Her fiancé, George.
George Hatteras?
Son of the famous Captain Hatteras.
Yes, he's my father, and I'm going to equal his achievements and even surpass his discoveries, thanks to the learned Dr. Ox.
Dr. Ox. I've heard a great deal about Dr. Ox. I hope to find you well, Dr. Ox.
Very well, Lady Volsius.
They say, Doctor, that you have the ability of making the human body capable of going through the impossible.
And what they say is true, Lady Volsius.
Even capable of understanding those mysteries that God seems to have reserved for himself alone.
Yes, you shall penetrate those impenetrable mysteries.
And you are offering the son of Captain Hatteras an opportunity to carry out in his own name the attempts that failed even in mythology, an opportunity to repeat the experiments of Icarus,
Yes, without destroying his wings.
the adventures of Prometheus,
Yes, with no danger of the bullshit tyrants.
and the effort of the Titans.
Yes, with no danger of being struck by Jupiter's thunderbolts.
In fact, Thank you, Doctor, but I've no need of it.
Give it to me then. Give it to me.
Young man, the vain attempts I have just mentioned may not have reached your soul. No one believes in this fictitious mythology, but open the Holy Scriptures, and there you will find more ambitious arrogance, more audacious rebellions, and more dreadful punishments. And they are real and so terrible that Dr. Ox himself would be afraid to face them.
What punishments? Tell me! Answer me!
Excuse me, Doctor. I'm not expressing myself. I can only speak clearly, they say, with my fingers. I'll try to make myself understood. I'll show you what the dismal depths of sacrilegious pride can sink.
What is she going to do?
Oh Lord, inspire her. Save George. Oh Lord, Lord, save us all.
It's the angel falling.
This is the punishment for pride.
You're a brilliant physician, Lady Moses. But the fallen angel fell gloriously. The grandeur of his fall was left as almost much brilliance in his daring rebellion. He won glory. Glory above all.
Yes, yes. Glory, glory.
That is where I will take you, son of Hatris.
Just to glory or to madness.
That's it.
But wherever he goes, he will find me in his way.
Oh, Lord Hatris, take this vial and drink.
Well, I won't desert you, George. We'll share your dangers.
Eva, what have you done?
All right, the two of them. So be it.
Wait, so just for this, you could...
What are you doing?
All right,
No.
let's go then. Where are we? I don't see the town of Aalborg or the spires of the cathedrals.
Where are we, Doctor?
In Naples, not far from Vesuvius. You can see it somewhere just there.
Vesuvius. That's the crater where Professor Lidenbrock came out.
In a crater which we will use to penetrate to the center of the earth.
Right to the fiery lake. George, it's time for you to stop.
Don't be afraid, Eva.
Ma, I seem to be hungry. You can't travel 600 leagues without a little something to eat.
Don't worry, here's an inn. Call out and someone will serve you. Meanwhile, George and I prepare for a dangerous descent.
Prepared? What for? After all, you can cover hundreds of leagues in just one leap.
Do we simply want to reach our goal without seeing or studying or understanding anything?
No, of course not.
Do you want to remain in ignorance of all the secrets and mysteries toward all dangers?
No, no.
Go on then.
I'll meet you back here then. Now let's call out. Waiter! Waiter! Well, well, a traveler. You seem surprised, waiter.
Yes, ma'am, I'm very surprised.
Are you alone then, waiter?
Yes, except for a dame that arrived yesterday.
A Dane? I once knew a Dane. A great Dane. He had splendid ears and a long snout. A beautiful dog.
No, this one is a young man.
Oh, I see. A two-legged Dane. Tell me, waiter, what can you really eat?
Jane April.
That's fine. Give me some anyway, and not too well done. Right, right, right.
Oh my, that was a good lunch I had. Maybe a little too good.
It's 15, and he doesn't even have a long snout.
Well, a foreigner, Miss,
An awkward way of speaking. He doesn't even know how to greet people properly.
Well, good morning, Miss, Usually, when people meet someone in their travels, be it at the ends of the earth or farther, they're soon to be acquainted. So may I be so bold as to ask your name?
Professor Totland.
A professor? She's a scientist. And what country are you from?
I'm French. I was born in Asnier.
Right. Asnier and George. I know the place.
No, you don't.
Are you married, Miss Tartlet?
No. Why do you ask?
So you don't have any little tartlets?
No.
No little tarts?
No, little. Who is this big? Oh! Oh! Those feet!
I beg your pardon?
Out, young man, out!
Out? Well, she's sending me out. She wants to be alone.
Where are you going?
Well, you told me to go out.
I meant to put your toes out. It's what we call the choreographic angle.
The what?
The choreographic angle. Farther apart. No. Put your heels together. That's fine, just like that.
Fine? Oh, you think this is fine, do you? Funny kind of scientist she is.
And you are?
Yes. My name is Axel Valdemar. I'm from Copenhagen.
Well, Mr. Axel Vladimir.
Excuse me, it's Valdemar.
All right,
Yes.
all right.
Anyways, what place do you come from?
From Apple.
From Melbourne, yes. So you must have come by train.
No.
Then by ship.
No.
Stagecoach?
No. I ran.
You ran?
On electricity.
You ran on electricity.
Yes.
Well, then where are you going?
Down there.
To the cellar.
Lower.
Oh, my voice. Why? Is someone listening to us?
Underground. To the center.
To the center of the earth?
Through the crater.
Well, that's not possible.
It's not possible. But we'll do it, my friend. Your feet!
Again, funny kind of scientist she is. Anyways, Tartlet, now that I've heard what you said, I shall tell you where I am going. You see, I am going to a place where a man can make his fortune.
That is a place I haven't found yet.
For you see, I'm in love with a charming young lady back in Copenhagen, Miss Babachock.
And naturally, Miss Bradshaw is not in love with you.
Huh? Well, I don't know. But you see, I am a little on the plump side, and there are two obstacles in the way of our union. For one, she considers me too fat and too thin.
How can that be?
Well, too fat physically and too thin financially. Excuse you. And well, yes, I am a little on the plump side. But when it comes to something you love, the more of it you have, the better. Perhaps she might have gone along with my corpulence, considering that she was rather skinny herself. So between the two of us, we would have evened out to make a rather well-padded couple.
So, I see. One would have made up for the other. The only problem back then was...
Money. She simply would not let go of the idea. She loved me too much, you see. She would tell me that, Valdemar, I want you to be rich, very rich. I want you to have a fine carriage and beautiful hair. Beautiful horses. Beautiful hair, too, of course. And a fine hotel where I can adore my idols to my heart's content. But to see you in poverty, in misery, I couldn't stand it. I'd rather put up with someone else than share the pain of your misery. Tell me, Miss Tartlet, is that not true love?
Oh, that is perfect love. First class.
And so I set out in the hopes of making my fortune, and by traveling to develop the brilliant qualities of my soul.
So, have you made your fortune yet?
Well, no, not yet, but I'm not discouraged. For her, mind you, I'll undertake the impossible.
The impossible? That's exactly where we're going. Would you come with us?
Where?
Down then,
To the cellar.
to the center of the earth.
Okay, but what for?
Why, to make our fortunes. Isn't that one of the most valuable things alive? It's, silver, gold, diamonds. They're all there, in the bowels of the earth.
While yes, it is the central treasure house, one must simply help themselves. Oh, but I don't have a key.
We have it.
And will you take me with you?
You would drink a few drops of a certain potion
Will we be running?
on electricity.
Wonderful. Where is this potion?
I have a vial over here. I drank some by mistake, but you'll get it back on vision.
Mark, hand here, I'll drink a drop, just a
So
drop.
one condition.
I agree to it in advance.
For 2 hours a day, you must place your feet in the third position.
And what do you call the third position?
Look like this.
Like that? But that's uncomfortable. Oh, okay, I'll place my feet in the third position? Yes. But what good does it do you? You're a professor.
A dancing teacher.
A dancing teacher? I thought she was a scientist.
Let's go and have a drop of that.
Yes, a drop. Let's go and have a drop.
Everything is ready. If there are risks to be run, you won't tremble?
No, of course not.
Do you want to go, George?
Right now, there's the crater of Vesuvius, open to anyone brave enough to go down into it. Even if it were to close behind us, what would it matter? Let's go.
All right then, to the center of the earth.
To the center of the earth. Ah, those are great resounding words. And the hope of getting there seems to me is wonderful madness. Ah,
To whom have we the honor of speaking, sir?
Professor Lidenbrock.
Professor Lidenbrock. You're the one who went...
Several hundreds of leagues under the earth and no farther, because it would have been impossible to go any farther. And now you find me here in Naples, within sight of Vesuvius, because a lava eruption carried me back up to the surface of the earth. It looked like a beautiful country to me, so I decided to stay here for a while.
So you claim it's impossible to go further than the limits yourself were forced to stop?
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
Is it forbidden, then, to try to win glory by a route that others have not been able to follow?
That route is already marked out, parallel to the crater of Vesuvius, whose smoke you can see from here. There's another crater, an extinct one, which will take you by it if you feel so inclined.
We have to go farther.
Farther? Ugh.
And we will.
I stopped, gentlemen, when it was impossible to go any farther.
When you didn't dare to go any farther.
You think so? Upon my word, gentlemen, you are very brave. And your bold attempts fill me with the enthusiasm that makes me want to start the journey again with you.
Please do.
Yes, sir. Please come. I don't know why, but I find your presence reassuring.
It's decided then. You want to go...
To the center of the earth.
I don't know why you visualize such adventures, but I will go with you and be your guide.
George, in heaven's name.
Let him go, Charlie. There are points in which they will be forced to acknowledge human frailty, and they will not go beyond them. Come, my child, come.
Here I am.
Dad, this road is no good for a dancer's legs. Be careful not to twist an ankle.
Don't worry. Come, George Atlas. Onward, ever onward.
I'm right behind you, Doctor. This is the abyss. It draws me on, and I'll go down to the very bottom of it.
Don't worry, my child. This is not where the danger lies.
Not worried for myself, only for him.
We are going to stop here for a while.
Where are we?
Why, at my home.
Ah, yes. This is the furthest point reached by Professor Lindenbrock, I believe.
I might mention, if anyone is interested, the these cabins lie underneath Central Europe, under France, and at the point where you are standing, under Paris.
Under Paris? You mean directly above my head is Paris? The place that I visited with great affection, and yet the noise of that great city cannot be heard. Well, yes, it can. It sounds like a great battle of carriages. We must be right underneath Accident's corner.
But what is that noise?
It is the rumbling that occurs deep within the intervals of the earth.
You mean it's an earthquake? I'd like to speak. No, I'm not going to speak at all. There's...
Well, George Atlas, what do you think of these immense spaces going on forever and ever, under oceans and continents, containing cities and mountains? Do you expect to find a full underground vegetation here, where the warm, humid environment makes the humblest of plants and trees? Or this air, luminous by pressure, that lights up the silent caterpillars?
Surely the contemplation of these wonders is enough to satisfy your ambition for travel.
What would be the use of the new vital power that Dr. Ox has given our bodies if we were only going where others have gone before, where you yourself have gone? This is simply the extraordinary, not the impossible.
Good. Very good.
What could that be? That's Valdemar's voice. What's wrong?
Give me a second, I just ran like 5 feet. The stone, do you see the stone?
That's the fundamental stone.
Oh yes, it's not an ordinary stone, so I'm keeping it. But another strange thing about it is the force it was thrown at my back.
By who?
By who? Well, that's what I'd like to know. There must be other people down here. Oh, and one other thing. Feel how heavy it is for its size.
Everything is heavy here, your man.
What do you mean everything is heavy here?
Of course, the natural effect of gravity.
Gravity.
And if we reach the center, even your wallet will become so heavy it makes a hole in your pocket.
My wallet? As heavy as that? Now that would be a surprise.
And that's not all. Even the acoustics here, where the air is under enormous pressure.
You mean that noises and sounds take on a tremendous intensity down here?
So they do. When Valdemar yelled just now, it sounded like a cattle bellowing.
Cattle bellowing?
I bet that means the violin I used for my dancing lessons will have an entirely different tone here. Try it, right away.
Not to fear, everyone. As you see, those horrid creatures have disappeared.
What are these strange creatures?
That is the first of the mysteries that will be revealed to us in the subterranean depths. There's probably a whole population of living creatures.
A whole population?
A whole population of living creatures. We must teach them the elements and principles of dance.
Oh, perhaps it was one of those gentlemen that threw the stone at me.
But how could a race of human beings have come into being
Nothing could be more simple. All they needed was a pattern since the earth at that time. Come down here during one of those natural catastrophes. They probably populated the vast solitary spaces, and their descendants gradually modified the environment in which they lived, slowly became the lower creatures of the sea and lost the resemblance to our human race.
Really? It seemed to me just now that music had some sort of fascination for them.
That is true.
What became of them? Let's go and look for them.
No.
What we needed him now is waiting for the gold we've been pursuing for.
Listen to those noises coming through the earth's crust.
If we're patient, the fire will open a path for us.
And you would then travel that path?
Yes.
We win there.
As I said before, this goes beyond reckless.
It's courage! Plain and simple. You know what courage is, Professor Lidenbrock?
Fine, so wherever your pride rides you then. I will pray fervently for you, you poor child. You are the soul of virtue, resignation, and piety. Do you know what piety and virtue are, Dr. Ox?
He's getting away.
Let him go. He can spare us his cowardly Christ. Listen again. The path we're looking for will open up in that direction.
Come on, we'll look for it together.
Yes.
You know, I think that the other one was the wiser. I'll go see if I can catch up.
Doesn't even hear my voice.
It was a bad idea, my grandmother, to invite this damn doctor to the castle.
He would have come anyway, my friend. Well, sooner or later.
What do you mean?
Sooner or later, he would have taken over George's mind, as he did. Not to give him peace of mind, not to cure him, to destroy him.
And to what end?
This is the man who keeps following me.
Him? Oh, now I understand. Dr. Ox, how dare he have the audacity to love you? Dr. Ox, what a pretty dancing lesson this dancing master would teach you. If only I could.
Don't you say to him, my friend. He has some strange supernatural powers, and everything about him terrifies me. His imperious, dominating voice, the irresistible fascination of his glance.
This is true. His glance is strangely diabolical.
Leave.
Allow me. You wish. You want.
No, Mister!
I try, but I can't.
George is far away. We can't hear you.
I'll find a way to get to him.
I can talk to you, Eva. Do you know why I was always following around your home? While I was wandering around where you went?
I don't want to know.
It's because I love you.
You love me. You.
I didn't come back to Andonac Castle for your grandmother or for your fiancé, George. I came for you, no one else. I wanted to see you, hear you, be filled. Because I love you.
That's enough. Not another word.
And do you know I told George who his father was? Why I pushed him along this path. Why I gave him power to accomplish all these dreams. Because I want George to become your fiancé. And because I love you.
When George finds out why you're pushing him towards this impossible world, he'll come to his senses and drive you out like an evil genie that has finally been unwrapped!
You tell me, that would set us against each other like two rivals. And you know very well that this struggle will be more painful for George than for me.
I will speak.
Then you kill him! I'll know whether he's in the dragon man, you'll drive him to his death!
My God! George! It's time to kill him!
Understand what I'm saying, Eva? I love you! I love you!
Don't profane that word. Go ahead, threaten me. I prefer your anger to your threats.
Very well, so be it. Your pleading is a waste of time. But remember my final words. Soon you'll come to your senses and implore me to have pity on George. You'll beg and soften on the road he's following. Ask me to spare his sanity and his life. But it will be too late.
Have pity on him, have pity!
It will be too late!
What can be done? What happened to me? Who killed him? I can't do anything more. I think I'm dying. George! George!
Eva. I'll save you or die with you.
Oh my God!
Those horrid creatures! They're doomed! For her, Eva!
Stand still, everyone.
Eva. Ah, my dear Eva.
Let's get away from this cursed place. Take me away, please.
Yes, that's a good idea. We should leave.
Oh, that Master Lindenbrock, I never would have played like that.
Tartlets, my dear friend Tartlet, look at me. We should leave.
Yes, they're right. Let's go back the way we came. Eva, I want to take you far away from here. I don't want you to be exposed to any more such dangers. Let's go.
Go. There's any road with the obstacle waiting for my going up.
What did you say?
Don't listen to this man, George. Don't listen to him.
Look, Jules Verne. The fire's open a path for us to pass. This is the first step to the road of fame and glory. The first step through the impossible. Well, you now believe in the power I've given you. And you promise to follow me from now on.
Everywhere, Doctor. Wherever you want to take me.
Alas, I've lost him.
Yes, this is really the incandescent center of the earth. There's fire everywhere. I feel enveloped by it, but not consumed. I take deep breaths of it, and what a new life has come over me. What an irresistible strength. Fire is the soul of nature, the universal life. It makes my blood 1,000 times hotter. It boils in my head and flows through my veins like torrents of lava.
Good. Very good.
It electrifies my soul. It reveals to my wondering eyes mysteries unknown to man.
Listen to him, Eva. Look at him.
No, you are no longer empty and fictional beings, you marvelous inhabitants of fire. Come, Phoenix, will-o'-the-wisp, salamanders, show yourselves. I'll shout throughout the world the news that you really exist, for I will have seen you. I see you. I see you.
necklaces and jewelry and precious stones.
This thing wants to throw a good many people in a panic, isn't it, Captain? But wait a minute, is it really a sea monster?
What else could it be? Many sailors succeeded, and several ships in the attack just barely escaped. It may be responsible for the number of ships that have been lost without trace.
Oh, I don't deny that there have been many catastrophes due to the presence of powerful creatures that have been lurking on the surface of the ocean for the past several years. One minute in the Atlantic, another day in the Indian Ocean. It seems to have a difficulty to move from place to place.
It's a real danger to navigation, perhaps in business discussions with passengers of the. Will you excuse me, please?
By all means, Captain, by all means.
Bon voyage, gentlemen! So now they're heading to the bottom of the sea. Well, I wouldn't follow them. I went with them to the center of the earth. Fine. And I came back, which is even better. But I've had enough. I didn't even find anything there in the fire or on the ground. The only thing I brought back with me was that stone that hit me in the back. Right. Well, it's cluttered up my pockets, and I have no reason to hang on to it any longer.
Ouch! What's this?
Right. Excuse me, sir, it's a stone that I brought.
A stone, sir? A stone?
Well, yes, it's not an ordinary stone. I brought it back from the center of the earth.
In the center of the earth, did you say? But could it be? No, I'm not mistaken. This pebble, it's a, yes, it's a precious stone.
If you think it's worth anything, what will you give me for it?
I'd give you 200 sequins for it. How does that sound?
200 sequins for that?
Will you take it?
Come now, 200 sequins for that rock? You must be joking with me.
He knows what it's worth. All right, then, my offer is?
It's a joke.
That's right. Just a little joke.
That's what I said.
But seriously, though, I'd give you 10,000 sequins for it.
10,000 sequins? Well, now you're really messing with me, sir, and I won't stand for it.
Forgive me, your lordship. Forgive me. I see you know perfectly well what your rough diamond is worth, and I am prepared to give you
Hold now, what did he say? My what?
your rough diamond, sir.
A rough diamond. A diamond that is still in the rough. Let's understand each other here. You're telling me that this is really a diamond.
You mean you didn't know?
I have the vaguest idea.
You didn't know?
Thank you, sir. You're the one that told me. You really are an honest jeweler. Thank you, thank you. Diamond. A diamond in what size? A diamond that you will buy for
500,000 sequins. There, do we have a deal?
a diamond. A diamond that I've been offered 500,000 sequins for. That means it must be worth $1 million at least. I'm rich! I'm rich! I'm yes!
Sorry, did you decide not to sell it?
Oh, I'll sell it all right. I'll sell it in Europe, in France.
In France?
Yes, my fortune will be made, and what a fortune. Oh, my dear little Babacha. Well, she won't have to worry about me being poor anymore. Oh, and Cousin Finderup, how delighted he will be. I'm rich. Oh, if Tati could see me now, and with my toes pointed out.
It's out of his head.
Excuse me. I wish to marry Babachoff right away by telegram. So, is there a telegraph office in this town?
Yes, and it has a line to Europe.
Wonderful. And if I paid, say, 10 times the price, or 100 times the price, would I get an answer right away?
Very likely.
Oh, wonderful! My dear little Babachoff, you'll have carriages and castles and an Indian cashmere shawl. Well, they do have Indian cashmere shawls in India, do they not?
Splendid ones. They come from Paris.
That's fine. It's fantastic. And I'll buy 9 of them. But the telegraph office. I must find the telegraph office. Where is it?
He's completely insane.
Can I ask? telegram to my darling Babachok, telling her about the good news. Farewell.
I've just missed out on a very wonderful tale.
Well, sir, is everything ready to come aboard your ship?
Yes, sir.
We're about to leave any minute now. We'll reach the open sea, and when we're there, Doctor,
Silence.
My ship makes excellent time, gentlemen, and I have no doubt that within 6 weeks I can land you at Valparaiso.
at Valparaiso, us?
George,
We will not be getting off your ship at Valparaiso, sir.
But, gentlemen, I'm going directly from Goa to the coast of South America, and unless we can get off mid-ocean.
Who knows? In mid-ocean, perhaps.
In mid-ocean. Yes, that's the route we must take. Diving through the water, down to the depths of the abyss.
George, you're terrifying me.
Eva, my dear Eva, don't worry. You won't have to face these dangers. I don't want you to.
I'll never be separated from you.
I seem to have some peculiar passengers here.
What are these good people saying? They claim there's a sea monster swimming about in their harbor.
A monster.
Don't laugh, Elizabeth. There really has been a dreadful creature traveling through the waters of the Indian Ocean for the past month.
Good.
What did you say?
We'll do battle with it, Captain.
It's some mythical object, some legendary kraken, perhaps.
No. It's a kind of whale. A phosphorus monster about 250 feet long. It turns to be frightful as it goes and leaves some gas with a white wing behind it.
There it is, there it is.
They must have caught sight of it just now.
Come on, let's run.
Oh, poor Mr. George gets all the more excited, while Dr. Ox's control over him, with its incomprehensible power, is only too clearly justified, and now we're left to fend for ourselves. But by the way, what has become of that young Valdemar?
Oh, darling, my dear Miss Hardwick.
What's the matter?
What's the matter? Oh, I'm in such a state that I can't hardly speak Tartars. I can't hardly say a word Tartars without you flustered.
Yes, and when you're flustered, your toes point in. Look, just look at your feet.
Well, now isn't the time to worry about such nonsense.
What's that? Nonsense, you say?
Later. I'll do whatever you want later. I'll take lessons from you. At 10 sous each. Or 100 francs. Or 1,000 francs.
His brain is cooked. He's left it behind in the central fire.
No, it isn't cooked, but it's boiling, it's boiling, it's boiling. To think that stone they hit in the back.
What about it?
It's a diamond. It's worth millions.
That's impossible.
It's not impossible. I was offered 500,000 sequins for it right here.
500,000 sequins. Here?
Yes. Oh, so fantastic. I'm rich. We're millionaires.
We're millionaires, did you say? Oh, Valdemar, you did say we, didn't you?
Yes, of course. Mr. Babachok and I.
Miss Babachok. Oh, no. Now she'll marry you.
Oh, will she marry me? Well, yes, of course. Twice over, in fact. So I've just sent a message to her in Copenhagen, telling her about my good fortune, and that I'll be leaving shortly for England. Can you imagine what her answer will be?
Certainly I can imagine it. So, you'll be leaving us then?
Yes, but I'm not a selfish person, Hartnett. I like you.
Thank you.
And so, when you're old, you can come and spend your final days in my house. Out of your palace.
Old? But I'm old now, Valdemar. I am old now.
Oh, no, not nearly old enough. It's your last year. Your very final day that I want to brighten up.
He's stupid. But he means well. Dear Valdemar, point your toes out. Point them out.
My toes? Oh, yeah. But wait. What if, just what if I
is at the dock. Let's board.
Goodbye, Professor.
Goodbye, Valdemar.
Mr. Valdemar, telegram from Mr. Valdemar.
Yes, that's me, that's me. Hand is here.
What does she say?
See. Dear Valdemar. Oh, that's me. Be happy. I am. Oh, I'm so happy. Without me.
What did you say?
Dear Valdemar, be happy without me.
Oh, come now.
For I have just married. I don't understand.
Oh, come now. It's all right.
Come along, gentlemen. Come along.
We're coming.
Oh, that hussy! I'll never see her again!
Take my advice, Valdemar. Forget that cheating woman and come with us.
Yes, that would show her, wouldn't it? Show her that she's lost me. And what a hero she's lost.
Come along. Come along.
We're coming.
Under my feet, the dreadful monsters spread terror among the people of Goa. Captain Nemo's submarine, the fame whom I rival, my enemy, hopes to surpass. Be patient, George, be patient. For all I have promised will come true. I'll make your fondest dreams a reality. And you'll not have to pay for my services. She would pay. She whose image is constantly before my eyes, whose memory fills my entire soul. Eva. Eva. She is there, close to you. They were thrown on this platform, the two vessels collided. Let me go to her. Let me finish my work.
What a strange, mysterious craft this is.
You can climb its rail to the bottom of the ocean, or sail to the surface. Travels without sails, without steam, powered by electricity alone.
And it's obviously armed with a formidable ram, because when our ship tried to block its way, it rushed forward violently and tore a large hole in the Tranquil Bar's hull that nearly sent her to the bottom.
That's when we were taking
probably stayed on board.
Or perhaps they were thrown out to sea.
Well, in that case, they have nothing to fear. Thanks to my valuable discovery, they can live and breathe underwater.
But what are we doing here? What ship is this, and who is its captain?
You are all bold enough to be your prisoners of Captain Nemo.
Captain Nemo?
You wanted to make an acquaintance of this undersea hero. Now you know.
Are you really sure you know me, gentlemen?
We have known you for a long time, by your name and by your exploits.
We don't suppose you intend to treat us as your enemies.
And hold us prisoner aboard your ship?
Once you are better acquainted with the Nautilus, you may not want to leave her.
Not leave her? Us?
Life is 100 times more peaceful and more independent on my ship than it is in your world. You'll no need to worry about storms at sea or persecution at the hands of man. Hurricanes may rage above the surface, but 30 feet down, they're absolute calm. Whatever despots may rule the earth, my Nautilus can go down to the depths of the ocean, and I can defy all tyrannies of the world. Liberty is still to be found, gentlemen, 100 feet below the surface of the sea.
Liberty inside a prison.
That may be liberty for a misanthropist or a savage, but not for a civilized man.
I reject that title, gentlemen. I am not what you call a civilized man. I have severed all ties with your society, and I have left your earthly habitat forever. And I was in rather good company as I went to exile. God had just been banished from the earth, and the so-called God, as people say now.
See that Captain Nemo is devout believer.
Very devout, and firmer in his beliefs than those I see displaying infants born of pride or fear.
Pride or fear, did you say?
Yes, certainly. Most of those who claim to be atheists are either arrogant or afraid. If there were a God, say the arrogant ones, would a superior man like me, a man of genius, stagnant, unrecognized? The others, speaking out of fear, say there is no God.
Out of fear?
Yes, gentlemen, fear. Examine the lives of these men. Study their conscience, dig into their past. You'll always find some dreary and mysterious reason, some dark memory that makes them fear the supreme tribunal. But why do they go around shouting and proclaiming everywhere that God does not exist? Not in the hope of convincing others, but in the vain hope of convincing themselves.
From the depths of the ocean, Captain Nemo was reawakened faith in the form of civilization.
And what a wonderful civilization that is, and what an unshakable foundation this modern society has. A society that steals from the disinherited of the earth in the hope of a better world to come. But there is no life anywhere but on earth. And if we have no expectation of any future punishment or reward, virtue is fraud. Crime is only to find a way of skillfully evading the law. And even if you were to have a government headed by a few worthy and honest leaders, who practice a gentle bourgeois philosophy and are happy to commute the sentences handed down by justice, you will see the rates of hardened criminals increase without limit. And crime will go around being unpunished. Since murder will be no more severely punished than theft, thieves will become murderers, and murderers will say to themselves, we can kill without fear, they won't kill us. We can slit throats without remorse. Remorse is an empty word, since God does not exist.
What do you intend to do with us?
Hey, sir, don't keep us here. None of us will betray your secrets.
I am an anonymous person, and I am willing to let my ship take you wherever you want to go.
But we're on our way to conquer the impossible, through fire, through space.
And through water, no doubt. Fine. Pour me a few drops of your precious potion, doctor, and I will go.
You know about my potion.
Your conversation reached me through the walls of the Nautilus. Yes, I know your name, learned doctor, and I know all about your wonderful discovery. Just as I know who you are, George Hatteras.
George Hatteras, the son of a man who never retreated before any obstacle, and who
You
went...
went to his death when you were in danger of going yourself.
Enough of your lessons, sir. I am not about to take lessons from you, even on board your ship.
You will take lessons, unfortunately, and far greater ones than I can teach you. Fine. Do you want to leave the Nautilus to run about the bottom of the ocean? I will go with you, as I said I would.
Even if I don't give you the means to live with the elements of life that come about.
Even without that.
All right, then. Whenever you like, sir.
Right now.
and truly the bottom of the sea. I'm living, breathing, and walking underwater, just like an ordinary herring. Truly is a remarkable country. The roads are badly maintained, but certainly well watered. There's not much light out here either. Well, my friends. Whatever happened to my friends? I'm certain that Tartlet dived in at the same time as I did. She must have gotten swept away by the current. It's a fact. Why, it's a school of fish, fluttering above my head like a flock of birds. Good. Wow. What's that? Why, it's some jellyfish. They look just like a bunch of colored parasols. But there's no ladies ended up who can give me directions. No, what's that? The crab. Those ugly beasts. It's coming after me. Oh dear, oh my. I don't know you. No, I don't know you. Oh my. Go lie down, you beast. Go lie down. And what's that? Why, it's a fish. And what's a mouth? And what's teeth? Oh, it's a shark. Oh dear. Oh, somebody help me. Someone save me. Oh my. Seems I lost those foul creatures, but where am I now? A forest? Well, I didn't expect to find a forest underwater. And what's that? Why, it's an oyster. It's a marvelous oyster indeed. A dozen of this size would make a nice appetizer for lunch. Perhaps I should have a taste. Oh, but no. This month is August. There's no R in this month, so it can't be good. It's a shame. It really would have been a nice snack. Oh dear! What's this now? An octopus? And it's coming after me as well? Oh my, where can I run? Where can I hide? The oyster! The ever-hospitable oyster, yes, that's where I'll hide. Inside.
There's no one there, but I saw him sink the same time as I did. Oh, there's no use looking about and calling around. There's no one there. I've been looking for a long time. I'm really tired. Let's take a little rest. I'm wondering what happened to my fellow passengers. Dr. Ox? Well, I'm not worried about him. But what about Mr. George? And especially Miss Eva? What a strange effect weariness has on me. The rock I'm sitting on seems to be rising. No, I'm not mistaken. It's really rising. There's a creature up there. Oh my goodness, it's rising. It's still rising.
Hey, who's sitting on my shelf?
Now it's talking. It's talking.
Tartlet?
Oh, it knows my name. It's an oyster that I've met before.
Tartlet, it's me.
Valdemar?
Yes. Here, give me a second to get up.
It was you?
Oh, dear. Yes, Tartlet, it's me. In person.
Inside an oyster?
Yes, I was quite comfortable in there as well. Felt right at home until someone went and sat on the shell. Anyways, is everything all right, Miss Tartlet?
Perfectly all right.
Oh, but where's Dr. Ox? And George and Miss Eva?
I hope we'll see them again soon.
Yes. I hope I can see them again soon too. But back on terra firma, or as we say back in Copenhagen, on the calf's floor.
What did you say they call it in Copenhagen?
The calf's floor, Miss Tartlet.
In my country, when we talk of dry land, we call it the cow's floor. But I was wondering, what were you doing in that seashell? And why are you wearing that silly helmet? Dr. Ox's potion allows us to breathe in the water.
ever I left. Well, anyways, I was hiding in the oyster because I was being chased by a crab.
A crab.
And a shark.
A shark.
And a giant octopus.
An octopus?
Yes.
Ah, yes, an octopus. Ooh, an octopus.
Stop it. And I can imagine what they had in mind.
What did they have in mind, Valdemar?
Well, you see, back on dry ground, people would eat fish. I know, because I ate quite a few of them myself. But down here at the bottom of the sea, I would imagine that fish eat people.
You're making me nervous, Valdemar.
Yes. I had quite a bad fright myself. If only that sniveling Babatrock hadn't married the traitor Fidera, I'd be back in Copenhagen now, eating 6 meals a day.
6 meals?
Oh, yes. Back when I was poor, I would eat 3 meals a day. So now that I'm rich, it only makes sense that I should eat 6 or 8 meals a day.
That's reasonable.
I can afford it.
Yes, and if your stomach can also afford it.
My stomach? Ah, yes, my stomach. Oh, dear! Oh, it's come back from me, Target. Oh, it's got me! Oh, my! Target, help me!
Oh, good heavens! The poor fellow!
Oh, it's choking me, Target! Oh, my!
What can I do? Help! Help!
Oh, save me, someone, please!
You gotta help me.
It's Jake.
Where am I?
You're safe here,
Really?
You have nothing to fear now.
Oh, my friend, that's wonderful.
You're quite safe now.
Maybe so, but I'd still like to go back up to the surface.
As I said before, here amongst the coral reefs under so much pressure, you are safe from all sea monsters.
That may be so, but I still want to go back up to the surface.
There's nothing to stop you now. We've reached the bottom of the sea.
That I'm leaving.
And this is the place, no doubt, which will be going back up to dry land.
Back to dry land? Not yet. Are there any more unknown wonders down here? Any still unsolved mysteries?
None, I assure you.
And I can guarantee the very opposite. Anyone can come down here and live, at least for a few moments. This is almost impossible. But the impossible revived for the past, the irrevocable past itself, revive and take shape before you.
The past?
Do you see those indistinct forms standing off vaguely in the water?
What's this?
Ask Captain Nemo. He's traveled these waters many times. He'll tell you what it is.
Here at one time was Atlantis, the immense continent described by Plato, bigger than Africa and Asia combined. In a night and day, it disappeared into the sea as a result of some frightful cataclysm.
Atlantis?
Yes, Atlantis, the place where the famous Atlantean people live, those who subjugated the whole earth, who have the titans that attempt to climb up to heaven and drive out the gods. Tell them, you would believe at the very moment we're about to set foot on this continent, that no human being will ever see again?
No, no, but these are only shapeless ruins.
These are the ruins of Makimos, the most famous Atlantean capital, which will revive and come to life before you.
Glory to the gods. May they inspire the people to raise a new king onto the throne of Atlantis.
Glory to the gods! Many days have gone by, and still we wait for a worthy successor to King Atlas. His only child is a daughter, Selena, who cannot succeed him on the throne. Selena, the most beautiful woman in Atlantis, will not be queen until she has married the king, whom we shall choose, and who, like this glorious sovereign, must brave the thunderbolts of Jupiter and climb up to heaven.
Glory to the gods, and may they inspire the people to raise a new king onto the throne of Atlantis.
Glory to the gods! What is the lecturer about to tell us? Has she consulted the oracles? Has she read the future? This is the day, O people, when the throne, the banquet where the death of the greatest of kings will finally be occupied. What mortal will be worthy to succeed him? Wait, Atlas was vanquished by the gods, and then he supported the Titan in the revolt against him. But he who is coming is announced to us in no near mortal. I have consulted the intros of the sacrifice victims and drank the intoxicating potion of the loyalists. When I took my place upon the pathetic tripod of the cities, a man born in a foreign country and endowed with supernatural powers appeared to me. What man is that? What mystery did he reveal? Tell us. Wait. He who calls himself the messenger of destiny shall not at his death. Let him come then. And here he is. Who are you, O stranger?
I am the messenger of who your prophecies have told, of him who is to reign over Atlantis.
Is our race so inferior that no man worthy of the throne can be found among us?
You know what prodigious feats the one whom I represent has done in order to accomplish. He will be your unanimous choice.
Is this a god then that you're bringing us?
No, it is a man. One whose activation is brought him up for the rest above the rest of humanity. Neither fire nor water nor terrestrial abyss or any secret. Tell me, the people of your country, can there be anyone that can be compared to him?
Let's count then. And by popular acclamation, he would be raised to the position of supreme power and be the fortunate husband of Selena,
Selena.
the wonder of Atlantis, the incomparable daughter of King Atlas.
Let it be done as you say. He who comes after me will be the worthy king of his daughter. Here is the man you've been waiting for.
All hail! All hail!
What do they want of me?
They have heard from me your prodigious feats and your glory promoted to the throne of Atlantis.
Who? Me? I'm going to be...
You're going to be king.
Glory to him.
Glory to our King!
You heard what he said. You heard him, Eva. You heard him. King of this powerful nation, conquered long ago. What an honor. What glory. What a triumph.
Ah, so that's how he thrust him here. This is his last attack on his sanity. George rejects this false royalty.
False, did you say? When I am the ruler of a whole nation that has been restored to life for me who will unite from this moment on the marvelous memories of antiquity and the glorious discoveries of the present. What power can be compared to mine? King of this continent, which extends from the ancient world to the present. I'm king. I'm king.
And this immense population will bow before you, whose no man has ever done before.
Ah, yes, it has come at last. The glory I have longed for, the supremacy I have so ardently dreamed of. I, the son of Hatteras, am king of Atlantis.
Don't let your pride lead you on, George. Close your ears to these persecutations.
Listen, don't you hear the people calling me?
These people? Have you forgotten that their empty recollection of the past? That this country is a short-lived empire? That this
I don't want you to cry. Really, I don't want you to cry.
Listen to me, Ben. Listen carefully.
Go on. Go on.
Oh, if you're walking down a fatal slope, leads to delirium, to madness.
Delirium, did you say? Madness?
Yes, take my word for it. Have I ever deceived you before?
Yes, I believe in you, and I want to struggle. Speak to me, Eva, speak to me.
I love the same thing. Take courage, George, take courage. Fight on. I fall at your knees. I'm your friend, your companion, your fiancé.
Wait. Light is dispelling the darkness. Truth will shine before my eyes.
You'll be saved, George. You'll be saved.
Saved. Glory to your sovereign.
Glory to him. Glory to our king.
You heard him. King. I really am king.
Come to the palace that Mikinos has erected for its sovereign, and when you return to this place, all those of the multitude are crowding their turn.
No, don't desert me.
Come, all of you.
Prepare for the coronation.
One more outburst like that, one more attack on insanity, and he'll be completely connected. His vanity incurable.
Yes, this is where your treachery has brought him. To destroy him.
Not to destroy him, but to win you. Huh?
To win me.
His fate, it's in my hands, is it not?
What does that matter?
You no longer tremble for him.
No.
Nor for yourself?
No.
But what are you waiting for? What do you still hope for?
Waiting for a greater power to intervene on his behalf. I'm waiting for a life to cure him and for him to die.
If he dies, at least I have separated you.
There is where you are wrong. He dies. I'll die with him.
Who died for the Spanish forgotten, who has never loved you?
Never loved me, did you say?
Never! Because he doesn't seek his life's happiness in you, but elsewhere. He only had to reach up his hand and grasp that happiness. And he scorned your love in order to realize why it
Even if he no longer loved me, I would still love him. I'll always love him. Always! Did you hear?
Eva, why are you doing this to me? Stop tormenting my soul!
If you yourself are tormenting her soul, are you not?
Who dares to speak to me in that tone?
I do.
We are not aboard your vessel now, Captain Humanoide. You're not! All counsel here. Be careful.
I warn you, sir, I'm not easily intimidated.
That makes no difference to me. Who asked you to come involved?
I did.
And your request will not go unanswered.
Captain Nemo wants to fight me.
I want to rescue from your hand someone who your cursed science has pushed into the intimate delirium that now obsesses his soul into a state of final and terrible madness. That is what I want. And I'll find in you yourself a weapon to use against you.
A weapon in me. A weapon to use against me.
You love this woman, and the love that eats your soul will be your punishment. It will be backward for us.
I love.
And God said to the serpent, the woman shall crush thy head beneath her heel. And I say to you, this woman will crush your heart with her hatred and her disdain.
We'll see about that.
Yes, we'll see.
Listen. Listen! It's half to the children, leading it to grow for glory and love for it.
Huh?
Yes. Yes, the most beautiful daughters of this country. Princess Selena.
My God.
And this time, your George will not only forget you, he will betray you. Your George will love someone else.
No, that's impossible. Long live King Hatteras.
Long live Hatteras! Long live Hatteras! Long live Hatteras! Long live Hatteras!
People of Atlantis, I accept the crown of this immense kingdom and its power will not diminish during the reign of Hatteras.
And now, little king, here is Princess Selena, who through you will become our queen.
His wife? No, that's impossible. George, have you forgotten about the past? About your promises? About our love? George, do you want me to die at your feet?
Eva, you will share my throne and my power.
But this throne is ephemeral. This power is a figment of your imagination.
What did you say?
Come back to reality.
Reality, George Hatteras, is everything that you see, everything that's around you. It is your glory, which is already great, and soon be even more dazzling.
Speak. Explain yourself.
Don't listen to this man, George. Don't listen to him.
I have promised your subjects in your name that the work begun by Atlas will be completed by you.
You dare to say this?
I say to the people of Atlantis that your king will carry out the great project that has been interrupted. Atlas, the descendant, was struck down by a thunderbolt. But your king will answer Jupiter with another thunderbolt, newly created by the genius of man, created by bronze and silver, that will traverse the infinite and rise in celestial light.
Indeed, he shall.
All is lost.
Do not fear. The stream will soon disappear, and with it his sanity will return. Or perhaps for the last time.
After the bowels of the earth and the depths of the ocean will come space, the infinite, heaven.
We will now have a 15-minute intermission.
My dear colleagues, a little silence is needed.
Silence, gentlemen.
Let President Barber King speak. What a president, gentlemen, what a president.
Gentlemen, the question is very simple, and it would have been answered already if we had not been making so much noise.
But here at the gun school, we are all artillery.
And what artillerymen, gentlemen?
Which makes us doubly entitled to make noise.
Gentlemen, I do not believe I've gone too far.
An artilleryman can never go too far.
No farther than his projectile will carry.
Gentlemen!
Silence, gentlemen.
Gentlemen, you remember the circumstances under which our original experiment was carried out. A ginormous cannon, a Columbia, was set on the ground in Florida. A projectile was placed in it, in which 3 men took their places. Our friend, Captain Nicholl.
What a captain, gentlemen, what a captain.
My friend, the French interpreter.
What a Frenchman, gentlemen, what a Frenchman.
And myself, your president.
What a president.
But since it was not aimed correctly, it merely circled the moon and came back and landed in the Pacific Ocean. The cannon is still there, though. All we have to do is reload it. Should we resume this experiment and make sure the cannon is aimed correctly this time?
No.
I believe that is understood you were saying yes?
No.
Maybe it was no.
For the honor of the club, the experiment must be repeated. I forbid you to vote against the motion.
I'll never you to go for it.
But will you listen to reason?
How can I listen to reason when you're being so unreasonable?
Sir.
Gentlemen, we are not in Parliament here, for goodness sake.
And then your weapon.
Then yours.
A repeating rifle.
A revolver.
In an hour.
Right now.
At 15 paces.
At 10 paces.
At 5 paces.
At no paces at all.
Well, let's just go and stop.
We'll fight right here.
The reason I made this proposal to you is that I just received this letter from the famous Dr. Ox.
What is it reading? What does it say?
Distinguished President, Dr. Ox and his young colleague George Hatteras have just arrived in the city and requested to make a request to the members of the gun club that would be a keen interest to them.
Oh, let's hear it. What is it? We should hear it.
Is Dr. Ox here?
He is ready here before the members of the gun club.
Show me. Welcome, distinguished Dr. Ox.
3 cheers for Dr. Ox. Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray!
First of all, gentlemen, allow me to introduce my young colleague, George Hatteras, the famous captain of that day.
3 cheers for the son of Captain Hatteras. Hip, hip, hooray!
Before you honor me with your acclamations, gentlemen, let me tell you what I have done and what else I want to accomplish.
You soon learn of what we have accomplished and what we want to achieve. We ask you for help with that task.
Yes, my ambition is to leave this earth, which, as you can see, I have explored to its deepest recesses. What I want now is to set foot in the infinite, outside our globe altogether.
You can count on our support.
Yeah!
Here's a proposal we've been willing to make.
All right. Silence, gentlemen, silence.
But that's done. You were the only one speaking.
Well, in that case, I'm speaking to myself.
After your first experiment, gentlemen, which raised the glory of America in the skies, we decided to destroy the giant Columbia, whose projectile would go more than 100,000 feet into the air. We asked you to repeat that experiment on the correct aim this time, as the gun is the target.
Well, gentlemen, do you agree? Will you allow me, on your behalf, to conquer this satellite of the Earth, which even the most daring among us has only gone round in orbit? Will you let me finally complete the 3rd stage of my journey through the impossible?
Yeah!
By accepting our proposal, gentlemen, you once again proved that nothing in this world is impossible.
Impossible is not an American word.
Nor English either.
Of course.
No
What a man, gentlemen, even if he's a Frenchman.
Oh, yeah. Gentlemen, the Frenchmen are great people. There's only one thing they need to make them the greatest people in the world.
And that is?
They need to be Americans. Yeah!
You've come at an opportune time. Our first experiment has had its imitators.
Imitators? You mean to say the sound madmen under the dome of heaven that are madder than we are?
Madman? Is this really the famous Argonne speaking like this?
What did you say, sir?
Oh yes, this is Dr. Ox and his young colleague, George Haskins, who is determined, sir, to take possession of a world that has eluded you.
What do you mean, young man? Don't stand on ceremony. The moon belongs to the first person who occupied it. What's that? What will you do with the moon?
We will...
We'll make it another state for the nation. Yeah!
But the moon, why, it's nothing but a wonderful star. Finished, out of date, even a little ridiculous. She had her day as the oldest star, the mummified sister of the radiant Apollo. People will laugh at your journey, and when they come back, you'll shout, or they'll shout, our singer saw the moon, man, did you?
Is this really the famous Argonne speaking like this?
And soon everyone will go to the moon, and even farther. Aerial planes will fly airways instead of railway cars running on rails. Projectiles will be attached together and launched into space. An expressway from Mercury, Uranus, and Neptune. But the moon, the moon, it will soon be nothing but a suburb of the Earth. A place where people go to spend Sunday as Parisians go to the chateau or Besnay. Take my advice, Lord Atlas. Give up this plan and go quietly back home.
You mean give up the idea of leaving the Earth?
Oh, you'll leave it soon enough, my dear fellow.
So you think the moon is not being explored?
That is my opinion, Dr. Ox.
Well then, we've made a partner.
Can that be possible?
Yes, we must forget about that humble planet. That cold satellite of the Earth. We must look out for a nobler, more distant goal.
Towards the sun, then?
Farther,
Jupiter? Uranus?
farther, still farther, outside of our shores.
Ah, I understand, Doctor. Yes, to lose oneself in the infinite, to travel among the stars, through those groups illuminated by 3 or 4 suns, all orbiting under the influence of their mutual attraction. Ah, what a splendid sight! Stars shining in 1,000 different shades, days made of every color, of every hue of the rainbow, rising radiant on the horizon.
That is our destination, gentlemen. And your Columbiad will certainly be able enough to launch our product down into space.
Yes, if you know the secret of making a gunpowder that can generate a high enough velocity.
I have found it limitless expansible, and the limit all the images. If we were left, the solar system would be gone.
And at where will you plan to aim the Columbiad?
At a new heavenly body, recently discovered by the observers at the Cambridge Observatory, the planet Altor.
Altor? Yes, Altor. All honor to the daring men who undertake this conquest.
Yeah! Well, what do you have to say to that, Mr. Argonne?
What do I say? I say nothing, Dr. Ox.
Not a word of blame or criticism for this daring undertaking by actors.
Why should I blend in when I fully intend to go with you?
What? You have the nerve to...
To be your companion with your permission after.
Oh, of course. You will go with us. You will share our glory.
We'll see about that.
It's decided then. We'll meet in Florida, gentlemen. Right beside the Columbia.
We'll all be there.
Yeah!
the place to which I bring you.
And to whom have we the honor of speaking?
Maston, a pure-blooded American.
Thomas, did you hear that? This gentleman is a purebred.
American from generations back.
This gentleman comes from generations back.
American old stock.
Thomas, did you hear that? This gentleman is an old stock.
Obviously.
Member of the Artillery's Club, and I've invented a wonderful cannon. A cannon with a range of 1,250 feet, beyond the target.
What precision!
I've devised another whose projectile can take out 400 men and 100 horses in a single blow.
Wait, that's 4 men to a horse.
Just like the aiming weapons in the time of Sean May.
But is it really infallible, sir?
Well, I've been wanting to try that. The horses said nothing, but the men stupidly refused to participate.
Well, I can understand that.
Perhaps if you use the other cannon now. The one that travels 1,250 feet beyond its target. The horses would have still said nothing, but the men might have agreed more readily.
But why have you brought us here, sir?
Well, your companion, Mr. George Harris, requests you wait for him here, if you have made up your minds to join him on his next journey.
Our minds are made up, sir.
Oh, yes, of course. But where are we going?
To the land of the Altorians.
Altorians?
What?
I've never heard of them.
What part of the world do they live in?
None.
None? What do you mean, none?
Exactly what I say. Altor is a recently discovered planet, and that is exactly where you're going.
Planet? Come now. Just how are we going to get there?
Oh, you're gonna love it.
Yes. How are we going to travel?
You see, there is your means of transportation. Ah.
That? Come now, that's a...
It's a cannon!
an immense cannon.
It's a Columbiad!
Columbia?
Yes, and when equipped with a space capsule propelled by several thousand kilos of picric acid, it will send you straight to the planet Altor.
Just a minute now. You think I am going to get to there with my 17 million franc diamonds?
Well, as you wish.
What about you, Target? Are you about to get shot out of a cannon?
Me? That depends.
Depends on what?
Will Miss Eva be going too?
Of course. She said nothing would keep her from her fiancé.
And nothing will keep me from her.
But that's madness, Target.
You may be right, Baltimore, but when I came to the house of that young lady's grandmother, poor and hungry and friendless, those 2 wonderful women took me in, not as a beggar, but as a friend. That's why I followed Miss Eva when she left.
Don't mind me, sorry.
Anyway, that's why I followed Miss Eva when she left. And today, when a new and even greater danger stands in her way, should I abandon her to quietly back to her grandmother and say, I deserve to your granddaughter, madam? A friend can't give as much out of gratitude as this child can do out of love. No, indeed! I would never dare to be so cowardly.
Oh, neither would I. I won't leave you, Target. What you just said was very fine. You must come soon and live in my house, which will be a palace. My friendship, my table, my purse, and even a little piece of my diamond will be yours, Target.
You'll both be going on the journey then.
Yes, I wish we were already on the way. In fact, I wish we were back already.
What time do you leave?
At 12:42 on my chronometer.
Before we go, I must go check if my answer has arrived. They might have forgotten to bring it to me here.
What answer?
I sent another wire to that fool, Miss Battleshock, telling her about everything I've done and everything I'm still going to do. So she'll be sure to know that I have turned her down, and what the hero she has lost. Excuse me, gentlemen.
Right, how
Here it is.
This is the spot where we stand on the Earth's surface for the last time.
And here is the giant cannon that will give you the final push towards the infinite.
Toward an older world in arts, one whose inhabitants may have ventured everything we have yet to invent.
So after going back into the past to Atlantis, now we're going to head into the future.
But how are we going to get in through the cannon?
Oh, you'll see. Come in. As you can see, Your space captain's outfitted exactly like a first-class captain.
So it is. But isn't it almost time to leave? Hurry. I don't want Eva to be exposed to any new dangers.
Don't worry, she won't leave.
We come to our last farewells, gentlemen. Is everything ready, Mascon?
Yes, sir.
Ah, the man from the telegraph company. You're looking for Mr. Valdemar, no doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a Wi-Fi? Give it to me. I'll see what he gets.
All right, $12.39.
Let's go.
Yes, let's go, let's go.
Oh, I think I got here in time.
Hurry up, Valdemar. She was going to bring out you.
Without me?
Will the gentleman traveling to Altor please board the cannon?
Cannon.
What about Miss Eva?
Mr. Arden.
Here we are, gentlemen. This young lady asked me to accompany her.
Eva.
Silence, they're not going to leave. Come, George.
Come, Eva.
Yes, come. Oh, my God.
So you won't leave without your
Let's
son.
move it out.
Don't worry, my child. He gets you to the planet Alpha before daybreak.
All right, at 12:42, I'll give the signal. This is truly a momentous occasion in history, ladies and gentlemen. Are we all ready? Are we ready? 12:42, fire! Hurrah! Hurrah! Hurrah!
As I said, this huge meteorite just fell from the sky a moment ago.
Ah, yes. I watched it fall. As it came to the layers of the air, it made a frightening whistling sound.
We must take it to the museum. They've never had anything like it.
Yes, yes.
Look, look, the airlight's opening.
Two men are getting out of it.
3, 4 men.
Why am I walking in this peculiar way?
I seem to be doing the same. What a peculiar way to walk.
My feet just won't stay on the ground.
Neither will mine.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Where is the planet Altor, if you please?
It's right here.
Oh, that's wonderful. My worthy colleagues.
They'll be back. They're exploring this unusual country.
So we're on the planet Altor then?
Yes, and you're from...
From Earth.
From Earth?
And what is that city I see back there?
It's our capital.
Your capital? Why, it looks like it was made entirely out of gold.
That would be a sight to see.
Would you be so kind as to take us there?
What do you mean? We'll ask your permission to introduce you to our Academy of Sciences.
Academy of Sciences?
Yes, where you will be placed into the Museum of Natural History.
You mean mounted?
Oh, no. Embalmed.
Embalmed? Just a minute now.
Oh, later. Only after the day.
That's very kind of you, sir.
Lead on then, we'll follow you.
Before we go, could we rest for a little bit? The city looks quite far
home of a scientist who recently arrived with his daughter from the remotest regions of Altor. He'll welcome you to his cottage.
His cottage? Its walls are studded with precious stones.
And its roof is thatched with gold. And we're just beggars here. My diamond is worthless now. Here it is.
You can find bigger and more beautiful diamonds than that anywhere we go in Altor.
Bam!
We don't even use them to pave our roads.
My diamond isn't even worth the common paving stone? I'm ruined. I'm not going to keep it anymore. Surely not.
Well, I'd like to keep it as a souvenir for the center of our globe. Foreigners, inhabitants of planet Earth, sir.
Earth, a planet of the 25th magnitude, lighted by only a single sun.
Does he think that's not enough?
Do you have several suns here?
Here we have 2, and 6 moons that rise one after the other over the horizon of Altor.
2 suns?
6 moons? So one of them's a lunator. I mean, disappears from view.
You still have 5. You seem to be very well informed about the planet we've just left.
We know all about it. Several thousands of years of knowledge passed from one generation to the next has brought us to the highest peak in every field. Our telescope, whose magnification is said to be unlimited, allows us to see your planet as if it were less than a league away.
Then,
But there are some points in which our scientists would like some clarification. There is a large city with a small hill overlooking it, a river meandering through it, large buildings, squares, and people, lots of people, who bustle around in the fog during the winter and the dust during the summer. What is it?
city that never gets water. It must be Paris.
We've also distinctly made out a large square with a bridge at one end of it. At the other, across from the bridge, there's a large palace where lots of busy people gather. They obviously talk a lot, but never agree.
Yes, I know that place. The bridge is called the Ponte de Concorde, and the palace at the end of it is called the Palace of Discord. I mean the Chamber of Deputies.
What goes on in this palace?
What goes on? Well, chamber ministers get voted out of office.
So your country is not easy to govern then?
What's that goes, sir?
Ours, it's different. It governs itself.
Governs itself.
For thousands of years now, we've tried every system of government. The absolute government, which was overthrown by the constitutional monarchy, and the constitutional government, which was overthrown by the republic.
And the republic itself.
Overthrown by the Republicans.
Have you finally settled on something then?
Yes, it governs itself.
Governs itself.
And does it work?
It works perfectly. In fact, it works too well. The result of progress is that we haven't enough workers. Shoemakers write poetry and bakers take up astronomy. It'll get to the point where we'll have to pass a degree making ignorance compulsory.
Making ignorance compulsory.
The other problem is our surplus population, which is becoming very awkward, since it increases every day and the average lifespan here is 200 to 300 years.
People live for 300 years here. Well, what about the doctors?
We were foolish enough to abolish them. We've tried to train some new ones, but haven't been able to make a thorough study of medicine. And the result is that they cure their patients.
I do have one question for you, though. Why is it that on this planet, where I feel as light as a feather, my feet won't stand the ground, and it looks like I'm walking like a butterfly?
I seem to be doing the same. Why, I lift my legs so high, it seems to me I must look like a rooster.
Or a turkey?
It's very simple, gentlemen. Do you expend the same amount of energy walking on our planet as you do your own?
Well, of course.
Yes.
And since the mass of Altor is 1/20th that of Earth, the gravitational pull towards the center is much weaker here, and which makes your muscular strength appear to increase 100-fold.
Ah, I see.
Well, I don't understand at all.
So, if I were to give dancing lessons here,
You would see your pupils leap to unusual heights.
and if I were to do an entrechant,
You might fly away.
Tartlet, don't do an entrechant. Just don't be foolish, all right?
But I was told that full orders had gigantic project that our engineers have undertaken.
Yes, it certainly is gigantic. Enormous gates and huge locks that seem designed to open a passage and let all the water in the ocean drain out of the bed that nature created for it.
That is exactly how it works, sir.
But why? What's the purpose?
The planet on which we have just landed on has been in existence for millions of years. It has exhausted the soil needed to feed its immense and growing population. It has exhausted the quarries needed to house them. It has dug bottomless pits to satisfy the immense and growing population, leaving the planet pitted with holes everywhere down to its absolute depths.
Do you mean that we're not safe here?
No, the central fire is no longer stronger enough, and it threatens to break out to the outside.
And thousands of craters might open up at any minute.
Well, we chose a fine time to arrive, didn't we?
Excuse me, sir. How do you get to Copenhagen from here?
Don't worry, our scientists tell us that they've discovered a way to keep us from starving to death or being consumed by fire.
And how will they do that?
The first step is to cultivate the vast sea-covered plains and divert the ocean into the cavities that I just mentioned. Then they will send the rock water rushing into the Earth's central surface.
Where it will extinguish the fire that threatens to break out.
Would they dare to carry out that momentous project?
That incredible maps.
It's a marvelous plan. I wish I could help to carry it out.
Nothing could be simpler. Today is the day where those gigantic locks you have just seen will be opened. Now, gentlemen, before we take you to our capital, my daughter and I would like to do the honor of showing you about our house.
Oh, what is this? It's the telegram for Valdemar. I forgot to give it to him. Valdemar.
Yes, Miss Tartlet.
Just before we were about to board the Columbiad, a telegram arrived.
For me? Well, where is it?
I have it here. I must confess, I held on to it and forgot about it.
Dear God, it's an answer from Babajock. Give it to you.
Okay, here it is.
All right. So what it says.
Cousin Finderup has choked to death.
Awful bad.
Babajock is a widow.
Oh.
Cousin Finderup swallowed a fish bone. Cousin Finderup choked to death. Babajock is a widow. He died at the wedding banquet between noon and 1 o'clock.
Read the rest.
Yes, it just says here, Cousin Finderup swallowed a fish bone and choked to death. Babajock is a widow. Come back to Copenhagen quick. No matter if you are a little overweight, so long as the diamond is a lot overweight. Do you understand what this means? Babajock, she wants me. I must go quick. I should run. The horses, a carriage, a railway, yes.
Valdemar. You want to travel through the limitless reaches of space in a carriage or a railway?
You're right, I wasn't thinking, was I? You chose a fine time to give it to me, didn't you?
Unfortunately, yes.
When it first arrived, I was only 1,500 leagues away from Babajock. And now, I'm who knows how far away.
It was only a little oversight.
A little oversight, she says. Darnage, do you understand that I am entitled to hold you responsible for anything that may happen?
Responsible? Me? Really?
Yes. And should Babajock marry someone else while I'm away, will you undertake the task of strangling that person?
Valdemar, I advise you to watch your tone when speaking to me, or else.
Or else. Or else what?
Be careful, Mr. Valdemar.
Be careful yourself. Mind you that on this planet, my strength is 10 times greater.
And so is mine, I suppose. And to prove it...
Now! Well, what did you do that for?
A weakened force of gravity, my friend. A weakened force of gravity. Point your toes out. Point them out.
You scoundrel! gravity. A weaker force of gravity. Someone's coming.
The door to my father's house is open to you both. Excuse me, miss. Your friends are waiting.
Well, let's go and see them.
Yes, right away.
After you help me up.
Maybe you
Thank you. Go back. After you.
Oh, no, you first.
No, ladies first.
No, go ahead.
No, I insist.
Oh, well, if you insist. My mysterious protector has told me that George will recover his sanity, but perhaps for the last time. And this must be the place in which our cruel enemy will put him through a trial without destroying him. Oh, I don't want to be a stranger in his eyes any longer. My reasoning for phoning him was to share in the dangers. I'll make myself known to him, but only to him. Dr. Ox still keeps looking at me, but has yet to recognize me.
It's her. It's really her.
It's him.
Just a moment, please.
Excuse me, my father's waiting for me.
That man in there is not your father. I recognize you.
Well, I don't know you.
I don't know if power or miracles brought you here, but I know that you're Eva. And
I said I don't know you.
It seems I was mistaken. To be honest, I am not sorry. It had been very painful for me to have the young lady of whom I spoke witness present here.
What's going to happen here?
It would be very painful, I can tell you, to have not present to a fiancé's badness for death. At his death.
He's gonna die, George?
As you see, I was not mistaken.
Oh, yes. Fine. Yes, I am Eva. Well, what do you expect from me now that you've forced this confession from me? What do you want from me?
I want to try one last time to convince you to soften your heart.
And what about your heart? Has it softened yet? Have you finished persecuting me then?
This isn't you, this is the rival that I hate.
But he is my whole life.
Stop saying that.
He's my very soul.
Hush!
Oh, he's all my love, all my happiness.
No, he is not.
And you kill me, but you want me to love you. Let me tell you this. I feel as much hostility towards you as you feel towards George, whom I love. You hate him. I hate you.
But even what is happening to me, the anger and hatred in the voice, has penetrated the very depths of my soul. Perhaps I can resign myself to not being loved by you, but to be hated? Never. I have not encountered the most fearsome secrets of nature, and acquired superhuman knowledge, only to have to crumble miserably at the feet of a child. It's just as Captain Nemo said, it's in your own heart that you'll find the weapons used against you. Ah, yes, my pride is vanquished, my heart is broken. I beg you, I entreat you, I follow you, please. Don't hate me, but don't hate me.
Leave me alone! Leave me alone!
Please, I'll do anything. I'll be your humble servant.
No!
Here, 1,000 times more. I'll be George's, his. I'll be very painful and very sacrificial. Just one word of compassion or pity, and I'll do it. Only don't hate me, Eva, don't hate me.
My daughter,
Eva, no!
and the woman will crush thy head beneath the field.
Was this terrible curse come down from the centuries to fall upon you?
No! I'll deny it from this love! I'll tear it out of my heart! But I'll never be able to.
It's just as Captain Nemo said, the woman will crush thy head beneath her heel.
gigantic project is being accomplished at this very moment through these colossal gates, which I opened with my own hands. I saw the sea pour into the abyss with a roar. I saw it fall in enormous cataracts, and the resounding noise of its fall was answered by the prolonged rumbling of subterranean fires. It seemed as if that whole mass of fire was in revolt against an enemy invasion, and great clouds of purple smoke rose up from the struggle of those two furious elements. Sing, drink, dance. You have achieved an unparalleled accomplishment, a glorious triumph of man over nature, a magnificent spectacle which anyone would give his life to see.
And soon you will pay for it with your lives.
What did she say?
She said, poor fools that you are, a terrible cataclysm is about to occur, one which you yourselves have brought about. The water you sent rushing into the earth's central furnace will not extinguish it, but will transform it into thick vapors, which will destroy and overturn everything, leaving the wreckage of your planet scattered throughout outer space.
Well, they'll take us with them to other solar systems.
I tell you, Altor only has a few more minutes to live.
Let's drink, my friends, let's drink. If death is to strike us down, let's die with a final song of triumph on our lips.
Yeah. A party! Let's die with a final prayer.
Yes, let's wait.
Yes, Target, it's me, Ultimo. I'm quite happy, but I'm also quite upset.
What's wrong?
So you see, when I got back to Copenhagen, Miss Babbage was waiting for me. But she was also waiting for the diamond. And as you know, back on the planet Altor, I foolishly threw it away and it sort of blew up.
Yes, and I picked it up, I did.
You picked it up, did you?
That's marvelous. Yes, and I'm going to give it back to you, Valdemar.
You're going to give it back to me? Oh, that's wonderful, Charlotte. We'll take it back to Copenhagen and present it to Babachock, both of us. And then we'll marry her, both of us. Charlotte, trust me.
Look. His eyes are about to open. His mouth is about to speak.
Ah,
He's speaking.
where are we? Ah, the center of the earth. Eva's going to die. She's saved. Now, the sea, Atlantis, my kingdom and my triumph.
Alas, he's still in the grip of madness.
Now it's my turn.
Altor, the planet Altor, a whole world annihilated. Some were singing and drinking, others were praying. They're praying, and here is the heavenly sanctuary. I hear angel voices. Ah, I feel a healing calm spreading throughout my entire being. My forehead is cooler, and the veil that obscured my thoughts is lifting. Yes, yes, I remember. I see. I recognize you, all of you. Eva. Ah, dear Eva, I love you. No more mad dreams. I'm yours and yours alone, forever.
And I'm yours, Babachock. You're Voldemort.
Well, Valdemar and his diamond